What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for a Micro Mini Lightning Newscast Entertainment Edition.
Ooh.
And today we are talking about video games. Video games that are coming up, or, some things related to video games. And as always, this is news you can use, news that you can trust. And as always, I'm joined by my friend and fellow newscaster.
This is Eric.
And also today I am joined by the lovely and talented
Kaci. Hey, everybody.
And,
I'm lovely and talented too, guys.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Be nice.
we are going... Don't tell me what to do. We are going to talk about video games, and as always, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes that we place on the guest star Death Star to bring you the news you can use. Well, today, in 3, 2, 1, our first story is about a man who has rigged up. This man is apparently somewhat of a genius. He is rigged up. His name is Jeremy Fielding. He is a YouTuber who makes things out of salvage parts, and his new invention is, get this, he rigged up a rowing machine that powers his kids' video games. He basically made this to where the kids have to work together, where one will have to use the rowing machine to exercise while the other one plays the video game, and that's how it is powered. So 1, you get the kids exercising, and 2, you get them working together. This is pretty ingenious. What do you think, guys? Go!
That's pretty cool. I'm not ingenuitive enough to do that, but I do appreciate it. I've talked. A lot of people play video games as they walk on treadmills, and
That's smart.
just like it didn't have to be moving very fast. 2 miles an hour. And just kind of walk and play. And I've tried to I don't have a treadmill because typically they just sit in the corner of your house and hold clothes. I've always seen people put clothes on them. I don't know why. And so I don't have one, and I'm pretty minimalist-ish kind of, I guess. I don't know. I don't care to have one. So I don't do that. I sit in my chair and play video games. But that's pretty cool. My kids, they love playing games together. I don't have to fight to make them play games together. They enjoy it. But it'd be nice if they did get some exercise while they did it. I think it's pretty smart, pretty fun.
I definitely think it's great, just especially if you don't have, a lot of kids these days, it's just video games are the things to do. And especially I think about fair weather, if you can't go play outside, it's cold or it's way too hot. What a cool way to kind of, make sure your kids stay healthy, but also, and then also that social component too.
Mm-hmm.
You have to actually, communicate and have some teamwork. I think that's a pretty ingenious, I think is your word for it.
Well, he shows it. He actually said that it makes them, learn things like compromise. So while one is exercising, the other one gets to play.
Yeah, I didn't get it at first. Like, how do you row and play a video game? But yeah, one has to row to power it. I was like, that's great. I think the thing is trying to keep a steady power. Is it actually plugged in, and like if it's no rowing, there's a switch that just cuts it and just turns it off? I'm pretty curious on how it works directly.
He says that he intentionally put a small capacity on the battery in the generator so that it would turn off after less than a minute of inactivity.
Oh, okay. So it's just a switch that's checking to see that the rowing is making power.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's not for a minute, it cuts.
Yeah, it switches it off.
Wow.
I like this. He said there's always needs to be a trade-off between playing video games and being active.
I 100% agree. My kids play lots of games together, but I'll go, all right, let's put up the tablets, and they play pretty much everything on tablets, so they can play together. And I go outside and play. It's nice. Typically, they're not allowed on tablets during the week very much, if at all. And if it's bright outside or light and not cold or super windy, I make them go outside and play. I go out there and play catch with him and stuff too, so it's fun.
And I gotta tell you, this is pretty hardcore because I'm looking at this picture, and his kids are not that old. I mean, it's not like they're teenagers. His kids maybe look 8 and 10 years old, maybe. And so for them to keep that rowing is actually, I mean, that would be pretty impressive. I mean, your kids are either going to give up video games or they're going to become the most in shape kids in their school.
So right now, the recommendation for children activity every day is 60 minutes. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of kids
Row for 60
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, I mean, they'll get some of that in like recess or things like that at school, but that's definitely not a bad idea. There's so many kids who have way less than 60 minutes a day, but it just helps. I mean, kids, they have a lot of energy to burn. They're growing, they're
I 100
developing.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I know we got to move on, but yeah, like my kids are like, it's been cold. They haven't been outside
Mhm.
doing enough. I'm like, all right, it's time to go to bed. They go crazy,
Mm-hmm.
especially my oldest boy. He's just like, I'm like, I just have to get on to him. Like, just go to bed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, do something. We make our Alexa do 7-minute workout.
Oh, yeah.
And just, hey, do Alexa
Cool.
do 7-minute workout, and they'll do a workout. But
Right
that's
on.
not enough.
Mm-mm.
All right, we need to move on. What's our next
All right.
entertainment thing?
Entertainment. We chose this one because it's kind of exciting. Plus, because of what is coming up here pretty soon with the release of the new Avengers movie. There is a new Spider-Man game that is being released. It finally got a release date. It is September 7th. This game is going to be released. It's a new game by Insomniac Games, and it's only going to be on the PS4. But some story details have kind of been released. You have things like his Rogues Gallery, Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. This is not following the same storyline as Homecoming, but it's kind of setting up an open world Spider-Man trying to make a New York City that is full and alive. You have things like Shocker sporting some Iron Man-esque armor. You've got Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture all making appearances in this game. The story is going to take up, kind of follow along the a couple weeks in this world. There's quite a bit to this. You're going to have things such as the Wakandan Embassy, which is featured in the Black Panther movie. You have the Avengers Tower, Sanctum Sanctorum, which is Doctor Strange territory. So, I mean, there's a lot that they're putting into this game, and honestly, it sounds pretty cool.
Are you going to play it? Are you going to buy it?
I don't have a PS4, but...
Oh, you don't? Either do I. I won't be playing it, but it looks cool. I might watch some gameplays of it. That's about what I'll get. If some of the guys I watch on gameplays play it, I'll watch it. But I'm not super big on like watching a video game for a storyline very often. It's not really what grabs me for watching people play. I usually watch people play for their personality, not to watch a storyline play out. Uncharted was different. I did like Uncharted storyline, all of them. So,
but I mean, even watching a storyline play out of an open world game is a little harder to do, even because most people just kind of.
Is there going to be? I didn't hear. Is there going to be a multiplayer aspect to it?
That hadn't been revealed yet.
Okay.
But Kaci, you like the Spider-Man. What do you think of this?
I'm very excited. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Will you watch the gameplay?
I didn't know gameplay really. I'm picking up on this concept. Is that I'm
Yes, people.
I'm now familiar.
People
as of
will
this
record
moment.
themselves playing, and they will put it up on YouTube and other places.
Typically,
Yes.
Twitch. Twitch is the biggest for real time.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I've actually seen streamings of Twitch then. Okay, now I'm fully up to date. But, there is a slim possibility. I'm going to like a 3% chance that I will watch some Spider-Man gameplay of this new PS4 game. Why not? I mean, it sounds like a fun. Maybe I'll get on a treadmill and
Row,
watch
a walk,
them.
and
Yeah.
watch. There you go.
Yeah,
Do you have
I'll
a treadmill?
walk while no, but I think I know people
You
who
will
do.
power your.
I'll just show up
your-
at their house
yes.
like, hello. I'm here for
Watch it on your phone as you
right.
walk. And they're like, she just showed up.
My
Guys, wait for the YouTube video though.
I'm
of me
powering my
falling
phone
off
with
the
your
treadmill
yes.
as
That'll
this
be
happens.
coming.
Just wait.
All right. And finally, our final story. There is a well, Spider-Man was really kind of chosen because of Kaci. Eric, we have one for you.
Yay!
Viz Media, as you know, Eric, what's Viz Media known for?
Anime.
Anime and manga. They are publishing wing for both of those. They have a new video game. Its first video game ever being put out. And it is called The World Next Door.
The World Next Door.
And it's kind of a cross. It's kind of a cross between Tetris meets anime.
Okay.
And I'm going to read you this storyline. It's the gameplay apparently is a lot more complicated than the storyline kind of lets on.
Uh-huh.
It says a human girl named June is transported to a fantasy world set with demons and other creatures.
Okay.
Although they're welcoming to her, June needs to get out of this world next door. If she spends too much time there, she'll be unable to go back to her real home, and she'll die in the process.
Ooh, real okay. That sounds. I mean, what system did you know? Do you know what system it's coming? Is it like a phone game, or is it on a certain system, or is it just computer? Is it just like Steam or?
This news source does not let me know that.
Okay, I'm actually looking at a different source about the same thing, and I don't see what they're publishing it onto, what system. So I don't know either. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. I'm a big fan of Viz Media. I mean, Viz Media, they pretty much have some of the best anime, like One Punch Man. I think they do One Piece. Tokyo Ghoul has a new season out. Oh man, I could keep going on about Viz Media because it's awesome, but I don't have that kind of time.
All right, everybody. Well, we're going to come to a time where we're going to tell you what is coming out in the world of video games here fairly soon. We have things like on the PS4, PlayStation Vita, we have the King of Fighters 97 Global Match. I'm not sure why we're going 97. We're going to party like it's 1997 here, apparently. Dark Rose Valkyrie coming out on the 10th. Of April. Also Extinction, Owlboy, Project Nimbus, Code Mirai, Regalia of Men and Monarchs Royal Edition. You guys can look out what all these are coming out on. I mean, a lot of them are PS4, Xbox, Windows. You got Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Xbox. Kaci, on the 11th. Kaci, what else is coming out on the 11th?
Maelstrom,
Uh-huh.
Robocraft Infinity. I don't understand. Yes, YS Origin.
Uh-huh. You're nailing them here.
Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got Death End Request Regalia of Men and Monarchs. Oh, this is the Royal Edition again. It comes out on different. What are these stations or things?
Yeah,
later?
different
Okay,
consoles.
anyway. So then we've got Yakuza 6, The Song of Life.
And that's where we're gonna stop you. That's on the 17th of April. That's
Mhm.
that's a big time game that's coming out. Kaci,
Did I pronounce that right?
you did Yakuza.
Yakuza. Okay.
I'm gonna ask you, what do you think Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is about?
Well, I feel like there is a human named Yakuza, and this human has a very powerful song that when he or she, I don't want to gender type this individual because I don't know, but when they sing the song, all the woodland creatures come out
Yes.
and clean the house and
That sounds very
save
Japanese.
the princess from the tower.
All right. I would say that actually this sounds like a real game. That
Doesn't sound far from a game.
No, it doesn't. If you want to publish that game, please write to Micro Mini Lightning Newscast, care of Eric.
There you go.
And he will talk to you about how we're going to go about you getting the rights to that story.
I've actually seen gameplay of this one already.
Ooh, what's it
Yeah.
like?
It's pretty cool. It's a fighting game. You're a Yakuza member. You're going around the city fighting people to get back to get back your like daughter, like a daughter figure. It's not your actual daughter. I can't really remember. It's a fighting game. It's pretty cool.
Does this have any singing in it?
I mean,
No.
No.
with their
singing.
fists.
But if you want to make the game that Kaci was talking about, you write to Eric and you listen, game developers. Eric's not scared. He will fight you in the streets. He doesn't care what kind of deal you try to make. He will fight you where you are at.
I'm ready.
He will come at you and we will get a heck of a deal out of this. All right, and Eric, you tell them where they can find you.
Well, you can find me
Just you by
on the Micro Mini Lightning Newscast every time, I hope. But you can find that on the Puck Podcast Network, which you can go to YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Twitch. You can't find us on Twitch yet. What's the other one we are on? Twitter. You can just search for Pull Up a Chair Podcast, and on Twitter it's Pull Up a Chair Pod. You can tweet us at us there. But you have a personal website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. That's all I got, Nick.
Eric, I was really hoping that when you started with microphone, I was really hoping you'd be like, you know what? They can find me rocking 2 microphones, 2 turntables and a microphone. All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us for these stories of video game greatness. And Kaci, as always, thank you for joining us.
Hey, happy to be here.
And Eric, any final thoughts?
No.
All right. You all have yourselves a great day and get out there and row some video games.
Bye.
Bye.